Hey everyone, welcome to Infinite Realms. I gotta get this table fixed, but anyway, today we're going to take a look at The Thing, number 12, from way back in 1984. What could have happened here? Got a big old Doom and some redheaded night chick. Uh-oh. Is it something about the end of Secret Wars? Yes, it is. Okay, now, for those of you who don't know, at this point, Ben Grimm had stayed behind on the planet where Secret Wars took place because he could control his transformation there. He could become human again. And so, in this issue, he is searching through everywhere. Runs into a warrior who's like a blonde Conan with braids. And he doesn't really, nothing much happens there. He ducks a big hit. And we can get free Marvel Comics according to Hulk, who's happy. That's really weird. Oh yeah, and Cookie Crisp. Remember Cookie Crisp? Yeah. Used to be we had cookies for breakfast, guys. So again, the Conan Longstocking here attacks, and then Ben finally just changes form. Gee, should have done that 15 minutes ago, Ben. Pac-Man. This is one of the fun things about these older comics is they have, look at that, Pac-Man, Centipede, and Donkey Kong on an ad. Wow. And as he's fighting, a woman shows up, and we all know who this is. We all know this leads to some cringeworthy crap. Let's ignore it. Let's just take the story for what it is right now, okay? Because at that time, the other stuff didn't happen, and Power Pack wasn't a thing. God, I hate Power Pack. Sorry, I always hated Power Pack. Okay, so Benji, pulls the warrior woman off her horse, and then he transforms into a human. Oh, you must be a good man. Okay. Well, I'm convinced now you can be a man. Yeah, a great message to send kids. Judge people by their looks, guys. And then later on, we see a giant Dr. Doom. They call him the Wizard. He's not the Wizard of Oz, kids. And he's blasting people with his blasts because he's Dr. Doom. And the Thing is fighting, probably, gee, what do you think it is? Okay, and then Ben rips up a tree out of the ground and throws it at Doom. Nice, huh? Alright, and now multiple Dooms show up and start beating the crap out of Ben. That's not fair, Doom. But wait, Warrior's Longstocking. And well, look at that, she even has socks that look kind of like, they're striped. It's like orange and then blue. And then I'm having a little bit of fun with this one. I'm sorry. And she throws a giant syringe at Doom. I think that's supposed to be a lance or a spear, but it looks like a syringe with at the end of a stick. And it even looks like a syringe there too. Wow. And boom, she destroys Doom, and the Doomogangers disappear from around Benji. And their old Blondie Longstocking has died. And so it's up to Ben and the warrior chick to go to Castle Doom and find out what the hell's going on. You gotta love that letters page is Grim Tidings. That's a good one. Alright, let's see who wrote. Wow, really? That's John Byrne who wrote that? Holy crap. I honestly did not look at who was the writer. I would not have guessed that was John Byrne. That was so bad. It was really bad. John Byrne's usually a lot better than that, even as a writer. Ron Wilson is doing the art here. So, yeah, interesting. Byrne. I guess everybody has an off day, so I can get along with that. Yes, this is one of those that we're like, this series, some people hold it in high regard. I don't. I really think this was a pretty weak Thing series, mainly because of Secret Wars stuff and after what was happening after Secret Wars. Secret Wars itself was great, but you know, there was so much stuff going on after Secret Wars, and this was just kind of like, I don't know. I felt like it was trying to cash in without cashing in. And in case you were thinking, no, her socks were not the little stripy kinds. Right there, look, on the cover, where the paper has them worn, it's the same thing. She got them weird stripy, you know, almost knee-high socks. I do think this lady here was supposed to be modeled after Red Sonja. I think I read that somewhere, and I don't think it goes over very well. I think it falls really flat, actually. And you know, while some of the parts with Doom do end up getting a little bit interesting, it's not the best of Doom we've ever seen. And I have a little too much knowledge of this series, so it's kind of hard. It's like, I've always said this had so much potential, and it just fell so flat. And I really love, you know, the Thing is one of my top 5 favorite characters of all time. And I thought this was a very weak showing on his part. I always felt he could do better. I always thought he could be written better. And I really never realized John Byrne wrote this series. That really blows me out of the water. Again, I guess everybody has an off day. But you know what? Well, you know, there was stuff I found out Chris Claremont wrote, and I was like, oh, wow, okay, that's pretty cool. You know, that god-awful Man-Thing series, the second one, not the first one. Steve Englehart did awesome with the Man-Thing. But, you know, sorry, my neighbors are mowing, and I'm sure that's picking up on the camera. Sounds like they're mowing steel. Yeah, anyway, yeah, this series, you know, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's not something I've ever sought out. I'm never going to seek out. You know, if I stumble over issues, I'll pick it up. But yeah, it's one of those I know I sold off. I had some issues and I sold off, but I kept some. And I never have had a very big fondness for it. It's just kind of one of those asterisks, you know, oh, this was a series. And that's about all I have for it, really. I mean, it exists. This comic, I mean, it wasn't terrible, it wasn't great. It's kind of there. You know, if you want to have funny little asterisks from the old days of comic books, yeah, this is one to pick up. I'd only give it like 3.5. I'd give it 3 stars. I'm sorry, no. You know, there's some funny parts in it. Parts you can have fun with, I'll say. They're not intended to be funny. You can just have fun with it. But, yeah, that wraps up Thing number 12. Well, that wraps up this episode of From the Longbox. Don't forget to like and subscribe.